Stab 'em. Stop coming, stab 'em. Stab 'em. Alexander coming, stab 'em. His body explode.
The leaders I love, the leaders I love, the ones I trust so much, they made a fool out of me. I've been praying to God every day, please give me a leader. He gave me a leader with love for his people. He gave me a leader who would deliver us from poverty. God look at Liberia with mercy from him high. He gave me my ABC, now you want to stay in my way. Somebody give me chest. ABC coming, somebody give me chest. I'm talking the talk and do, somebody give me chest. Talk and do, somebody give me chest. The coming the talk and do, somebody give me chest. For better education, somebody give me chest. For good health system, somebody give me chest. For good infrastructure, somebody give me chest. Oh, somebody give me chest.
Oh, yeah.
Way back, you are giving me corporate. Way back, you are giving me small money. Then you tell me, say you are coming to face the road. And you tell me, say you are coming to face the school. And you tell me, say corruption was going to finish. But how come I never see you do nothing? I say, how come everything too hard? I've been praying to God every day, please give me a leader. Please give me a leader with love for these people. Please give me a leader who will deliver from poverty. God look at Liberia with mercy from him high. He gave me my ABC, now you want to stay in my way. Please give me chest. I said get up for him my face. Somebody give me chest. ABC coming, somebody give me chest. Alexander B coming, somebody give me chest. He coming with his partner, somebody give me chest. Solonte, Jeremiah Solonte, somebody give me chest. Solonte, Jeremiah Solonte, somebody give me chest. Jamegu, Lafiegu, somebody give me chest. Jamegu, Lafiegu, somebody give me chest. We talking about talk and do, somebody give me chest. Talk and do, we talking about talk and do, somebody give me chest. Talk and do, we talking about talk and do, somebody give me chest. I said you tell a plenty talking, somebody give me chest. Talk, somebody give me chest. Talk, somebody give me chest. Oh, somebody give me chest. The leaders I love, the ones I love, the ones I love so much. They made a fool out of me. I've been praying to God every day, please give me a leader. He gave me my ABC, now you want to stay in my way. He gave me my ABC, then you want to stay in my way. He gave me my breakthrough, now you want to stay in my way. Enemies of progress, now you want to stay in my way. Please give me chest. I'm talking about talk and do, please give me chest. Alexander B. Cummings, please give me chest. For good education, please give me chest. For good infrastructure, please give me chest. I say good health system, please give me chest. Oh, somebody give me chest. Give me chest. The leaders I love, the ones I love, the ones I love so much, they made a fool out of me. I've been praying to God every day, please give me a leader. He gave me a leader with love for his people. He gave me a leader who would deliver us from poverty. God look at Liberia with mercy from him high. He gave me my ABC, now you want to stand in my way. Somebody give me chest. ABC coming, somebody give me chest. I'm talking the talk and do, somebody give me chest. Talk and do, the coming the talk and do, somebody give me chest. For good education, somebody give me chest. For better infrastructure, somebody give me chest. For good health system, somebody give me chest. Oh, somebody give me chest. Tell a plenty talking, somebody give me chest. Talk. Somebody give me chest. Talk. I'm talking about talk and do, somebody give me chest. Talk and do, the coming the talk and do, somebody give me chest. Talk and do, corruption that in his blood. I talk and do, stealing that in his blood. They coming, somebody give me chest. His nothing with blood. I'm talking about talk and do, somebody give me chest. I talk and do, the coming the talk and do, somebody give me chest. talking do.
Somebody give me chance.
Talking do. Mr. Cummings the talking do.
Somebody give me chance.
Talking do. Corruption that in his blood. I talking do. Stealing that in his blood. I talking do. His hands that stain with blood. I talking do. I'm talking the talking do.
Somebody give me chance.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Thank you very much for turning in. And let me see if I can. All right, loud and clear. So, guys, happy Sunday, happy Sunday, happy Sunday, happy Sunday. And I've been out of Facebook for some time now. So, let me see. Good evening there. Good evening, Joe. Okay, guys, and share the video. Share the video. I know you guys got all the information concerning the press release from the Liberty Party. And yesterday, I was at a funeral in Maryland, and my phone was just blowing off, blowing. People just calling my phone, calling my phone, calling my phone, calling my phone over and over and over and over, as if there was a coup in Liberia. Hey, Liberian people, as if there was a coup in Liberia. I said, but what the phone just ringing for? And I had my iPad at the same time using my cell phone for my second camera. Please like the video and share it. Share it. I say in like every 1 minute, and I was using the phone for the main camera in front of the person, who were talking, and then I had the other one in my hand controlling it. But when I look, I would just hear, the Facebook talk. I said, what the hell going on? When I later after everything, I said, let me go look and see who were calling. You saw Liberty Party? You listen to Spoon? You listen to that one here? They say Liberty Party not supporting Mr. Cummings again. Oh, Liberty Party they left the CPP. Liberty Party this, Liberty Party that. I said, okay. I said, let me make my call too. So I'll be honest, I ain't gotta lie to you guys. Then I text. I text someone, and in fact, I got this from the CEO, Spoon, that Liberty Party have gone. They sent a press release. Then I called Musability. I text Musability. He said, he can always call me chief. So I said, I'm hearing, and I hope I'm not harassing you. The release going around on social media is truth. The LPP out of the CPP, but I've not read it at the time. I've not went through it to read anything. Then he sent me the release, and then he said, Chief, the LP is not leaving the CPP. The release is not saying that, saying about relieving. Then I went through it, and then I decided, and I read it. Then I asked myself the question. I said, wow, Liberians, we are something. But what I took from there was the number 4, expulsion of Liberty Party officers. Earlier in 2021, LP suspended several of the officials, blah, 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 all kind on the article XX, all these things. And then they got Yombly Kanga Lawrence, and they got Darius Dillon, they got Daniel Sano, Augustine Frederick, and then what? And they got Coca, they got Prince, and they got Edward Tumin, they got McCarthy, and Priscilla. So all these things. Why they were plenty? I mean, I just seen another one. Okay, Mr. Deba Allen, and then they got Jacob Smith and Josh whatsoever, Romeo Coker, And then they expelled this, I went all the way down. I said, but where is this thing where Liberty Party said that they're going to leave the CPP? To the ANC folks, you know, we're too emotional. We are afraid. You guys, I will not say me. I would this one, I would take myself off. And you know, let me tell you something. One of the guys, I hope you'll be watching me. He's very, very objective. And he speak his mind. They called him Joseph Konto. This guy, he's a smart guy. He understand human being. He understand Liberian people. And look, you know that thing what I tell you, in times of war, prepare for peace. In times of peace, prepare for war. Don't never put yourself into a situation that you think is always against you. Nothing is against you until it is against you. No decision is right until it is right. Guys, it is the right of Liberty Party to withdraw or to stay. Two, Liberty Party endorsed Mr. Cummings at the time when we have 4 parties within the CPP. They endorsed Mr. Cummings as the standard bearer. It's staying changed nothing whether Liberty Party hold back the endorsement because there should be some memorandum of understanding between them. Look, I am supporting Mr. Cummings because I support Mr. Cummings. Liberty Party is a political party. ANC a political party. UP a political party. Let me ask you, coming into collaboration, even if Bwaka was the standard bearer or Mr. Cummings the standard bearer, don't you think the other political parties were going to get ministerial position like the tap ones first? You don't think so? You don't think there is negotiation? The only thing that I will not want for anyone to impose onto the standard bearer is to who the standard bearer must carry. I don't have no proof. People call me, oh, is Musa Belete imposing himself on Mr. Cummings and Musa Belete must go as a VP? Listen, guys, I said it and my position will be clear. On the Spoon TV, it was me, Muna. Some people say they want Mr. Cummings to carry a woman. Some people say Mr. Cummings should carry this. I cannot tell you who Mr. Cummings will carry as VP. I would not tell you. The only thing I know Mr. Cummings will carry a Liberian. I know Mr. Cummings will carry a Liberian either from Nimba County, from Lofa County, from Bon County. It could be Bassa, yeah, and Lofa County, it could be Bopolu. So it's up to the standard bearer. Most of the coalition that you ever see where the president and vice president arguing while they're in office is always like by the time when you come together as a group and this party say, okay, I will produce the vice president and you will take the president. So like you myself equal, although you the president, at the end of the day, it will be a toss-on. But if you give the standard bearer, whether you're in collaboration, and you give that standard bearer to choose his candidate, yes, this candidate will not come from his party. But if you allow him to choose his standard bearer, I think it's always good for that government because there will be no argument between the president and the vice president. I don't trust you. I trust you. Even if it can be the man with the least position in the other party. Right now, if we don't have no other party joining us, joining the coalition, and it's only Liberty Party and ANC, and Liberty Party is not fighting for the standard bearership and say, okay, we won the vice, we won the vice standard bearership. What we're going to do? You're still going to negotiate 2 things. You either stay or you don't stay. If they say, okay, we will take the VP slot, but the only thing that I would not want for you to insist it must be this person, then it's a problem. You understand? But if that two-party, trust me, that's what's going to happen. If it's a two-party by default, and if the other candidate put up a standard bearer, you know you're not going to bypass the standard bearer and take another person. Let's be honest to ourselves. And guys, the general against rape and abuse. Let us all stand against what? Rape. So, if you got two parties, now, if we're going to rewrite the CPP document to suit Liberty Party and ANC, it's good. For ANC to withdraw and for Liberty Party to withdraw the support, I believe it. You know why? Maybe other parties coming in. Let them be transparent. Let them be. They might be coming in. They're not even asking to be standard bearer. So Mr. Cummings still has the opportunity. He still got a chance of being a standard bearer of CPP. My disappointment will be when we leave that name CPP and run on another name. I hope and I pray, no matter what happens, the Liberty Party and other people who will join us, we can still use the name CPP. You can't take me from there. If the other two going and the other two remaining, you can't take me out of the house. But if uh, 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 if Liberty Party leave or the ANC leave, there's no more coalition. If one of them leave again, there's no more coalition because coalition must be 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. So Liberty Party is saying that, oh, maybe I don't know what's in our MOU. I'm not saying it. I don't know. Maybe in our MOU because ANC never signed it. Maybe they're insisting that Mr. Bility should be the vice standard bearer. But let me say this, my people. I am a born again Christian. I believe in Jesus Christ. But what my Bible tells me, who am I to judge another man? In Liberia, we recognize Muslim and we recognize Christian. And they got other faith. Liberia is a secular state. I personally will have no problem for a Muslim man to ever be president of Liberia. Me. I will have no problem of a Mandingo man being president of Liberia. I will not have problem. It's up to them. If a Mandingo man running for president and he tried to be tribalistic and only think that the Mandingo people will vote for him, he's not going to win. If a Muslim man running to be president and think that you try to bring the religious business on, he will not win. But why you want the support, you want the Mandingo support, you want the Muslim support, but at the same time you don't want the Muslim to hold position. Eh? I'm not talking about you bringing a man from Guinea that he can't speak English, he can't do nothing. You can know that he's from Guinea. They got Mandingo from Guinea, they got Mandingo from Sierra Leone. Yes, a Mandingo in Liberia could have a relationship in Guinea. They could have a relative there. But let me put it back to Musa Bility. Musa Bility born and raised in Liberia. Musa Bility from where? Nimba County. Musa Bility, yes, he's a Muslim, he's a Mandingo man, but he's not the Mandingo that you think that from Guinea. Let us stop it. Some of us, you tell us we're foreigner in Liberia already. You do the same thing to us. Look, if we want Liberia to change and develop, we better have an open mind. I am not worried about whether Mr. Bility and the Liberty Party say, okay, we take back our support for now. It is their right to negotiate. It is not against the law. I see it in America. That is not against the law. If you want me to support you, I must know what I'm coming with, what will benefit. So let us stop the crying. Let us stop making things too hard. Let us stop putting too much pressure on our candidates. Let us stop it. It's the same nonsense that we did today that the CPP can hold. Because everybody from the other place want to be the one to make the decision instead of the leaders going behind closed door to make decision. You know what I'm saying? I will not want, look, if Liberty Party pull up a candidate and they say Billy is their standard bearer, and you want Billy support, if you want the Liberty Party support, they will tell you, say, this is our standard bearer. You got no trouble with him. Political leader, it don't mean I got to carry political leader because you don't have a candidate. Now, if the CPP is open to other political parties and they come in with 2, 3, 4 parties and they join, maybe there could be 5, there could be 6 other parties coming in. Then whoever will be that standard bearer got an option. Have an option. They won't say, oh, it got to be this, it got to be that. But don't be surprised that Liberty Party will put up a candidate. You against it? No. That's the right. That's the right. The other parties that come in to join us, don't you know they're going to request? Let's say Rainbow Coalition come and join you. Let's say Tier 1 Gonglo, the LPP come and join you. Do you think Tier 1 Gonglo will just walk in and join your place without an LPP? No. They come in there and they will have to sit and say, okay, fine, we will support you. But what then? Even if everybody goes separate, their own way, and the first 2 parties into the second round, if nobody win the first round, the first 2 parties, there will be negotiation. There will be negotiation. The only thing, everybody will already have a standard bearer, but it will still be negotiation. Okay, what are you going to get from me? I will get 2 jobs. I will get 2 ministerial positions. I will get some deputies. I will get this and that and that. I will get some ambassador positions for my party to benefit my party. It's not against the law. Let us have an open mind. CDC did it, although they mess up, they only start appointing their own people. They only start appointing their own people. But they NPP and other people were supposed to negotiate and talk that thing and do whatsoever. You see, the CPP, the CDC was easy. Joshua was the strongest. Joshua said, listen, I'm running. You decide which one of y'all want to go as VP. It could have never happened in Liberty Party, in the coalition. Because the CPP was not organized for any political party. I bet you if they're going to do it that way and say, okay, we organizing the CPP because of Mr. Cummings, Liberty Party was not going to join. Or we organizing the CPP because of Mr. Bwaka, ANC and other people was never going to join. They were going to be on their own. You know what I'm saying? So negotiation is nothing. Don't be carried away. We ran in 2017. Everybody was on their own. In fact, in 20, let me tell you guys something. Maybe you're missing the point here. In 2017, ANC was on their own. Liberty Party were on their own. You see, Unity Party is not one political party. Unity Party comprises of an action party and, if I'm mistaken, and Loop. Yes, Loop is part of it too. CDC is the NPP, Congress for Democratic Change, and LPDP. There are 3 political parties. ANC was only one party. Liberty Party, one party. And this coming election, stop thinking about 2017. It is possible that one party can win the general election. Oh, some people say Dala, Mr. Kishan, Dala. You know why I say so? This coming election, I'm still not convinced. We might not even have 10 political parties contesting this coming election. We might not have even 8 parties. There will be a lot of coalition. There will be a lot of coalition. So all the thing you're doing, we already look. You ain't seen nothing yet. Why will you be careful? Because Spoon carry it. Oh, this and that. Mr. Cummings, nobody know Mr. Cummings. Nobody know this. Kev Hassan. Kev Hassan. Why would you want to listen to Kev Hassan when he don't have a brain? He's not an analyst. He don't analyze nothing. He only speak for CDC. He only tried to give lies about CDC. He tried to do things. I'm not going to go after Kev Hassan because Kev Hassan is not even on the ballot. The advantage is taking that he's on radio. They are on radio, 3 radio stations. So they think that by giving the lies, look, everybody got to follow us in Liberia. Even the devil got enough Spoon CEO has a supporters in Liberia. He got people who support him. He might say something and they will carry it and who have to fight. But one thing you can get to the back of your mind, for you to win election in Liberia is 50 plus 1. That's why they never told you should get 70. But it is possible that this coming election will have a first round winner. Tell me, that sounds funny to people. We have George Weah, we have Joseph Boakai, we have Cummings. We show of these three on the ballot. We show of Daniel Cassette on the ballot. Let's just say we show of Gonglo on the ballot. 4 parties. So there are 4 candidates right there. Now, let's play the devil advocate. It's possible that Liberty Party can get 1, that 5. Which other party? Do you think Mil June's going to come back to run? Anybody who want to run for president abroad now, you will see their faces by this time. Anybody who come in December or January next year, they own their own. They own their own. So there will be lot of coalition. Lot of coalition. Why people, who gonna go as VP? Who gonna go? Mr. Cummings made it clear. I don't know about other people. Mr. Cummings said, he said that I will choose my VP. Somebody said, it should be a woman. Most likely. But I will look for the best. Somebody who will represent me or replace me. I'm not just going to look for somebody who will sit down, because you see, Mr. Cummings himself believed that most of the people want for vice president to be nothing. Don't talk. You know what I'm saying? So, I personally, whether Mr. Cummings carry woman or girl, listen, we broke the record. We had a woman we had a woman president. Right now, we got a woman vice president. So we have broken the record. So whether Mr. Cummings get a woman president, vice president, it won't move me. If you got a woman president, vice president, fine. They won't be working together. I just want to see the good for Liberia. And I just believe that Mr. Cummings is the alternative. Even people, yesterday I was at a program. People who, people who support this government. People who supporting Joseph Boakai. Maybe some of you guys saw me. I was sitting with people and we're talking. But thank God I gave God a blessing. I walk in a place, everybody looking at me. They can't talk politics. In fact, right now they're calling me. I saw what his name and Embry was there too, calling me ANC or whatsoever. But they say, listen, the only man that can move Liberia forward right now is Cummings. But the people of Liberia, you know, the system is terrible. That's why Liberian people believe in that the system is bad. Liberian people believe that, look, I am not happy to be on Facebook and people in Liberia are not hearing me. I know that it's nothing. It's nothing. Some people, I know I knew that people watch me, but they don't comment. But coming on Facebook, it's only for you and myself. I say this thing every day. We can sleep on Facebook. How many people in Liberia will really glue to Facebook? How many? That is why I try my best. I'm talking to people. I've gone far. I've negotiated. It just need for me to sign something to get on Spoon by 1 o'clock in the night, from 1 to 2, and then it will be 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock in Liberia in the morning. We must propagate a message. We must send a message out there. You can stay on internet the whole day and will not do nothing, because how many people going to watch you? Only you in America, in the diaspora, or little people who got a thing in Liberia. But guys, please let us continue with the message. Let us continue with the message, and don't worry. Liberians do. Look, some people think that, yes, if I carry a person from Nima County, Lofa County, it's a help, which is truth. But Liberians look at leaders. they look at the top of the ticket. You think if they take one leg full and put it on top of Mr. Gonglo or Mr. Cummings or whosoever or Mr. Baka, you think Liberian people won't know? They will complain. So whether they can run with the story. Oh, people playing it. Mr. Cummings must carry ability. Mr. Cummings must carry ability as his VP. My people, if if ability, if the Liberty Party and ANC within they stay in the CPP, and only two of them, Liberty Party going to put up a candidate. And if Liberty Party put up a candidate, what you think you're going to do? What you think you're going to do? You think you're going to bypass the standard bearer and bring somebody else? No. No. When they were four, it was easy. Four parties was easy because it made it clear that just take the standard bearer from any party. So right now, they will have to rewrite that whole framework to suit them. So it's good. Liberty Party taking back the endorsement is still nothing. It still don't mean that Mr. Cummings can be standard bearer. It still don't mean. Why you worry? You think do we think that ANC alone can make Mr. Cummings win election in Liberia? No way. No way. We needed support of everyone. Eh? Some people say, oh yes, but Bilete can win Bassa. How sure are you? Oh, Bilete can do nothing more Monserrato. Bilete will travel with Nima Kante. Who is Bilete? But they were the same people who wanted Bilete before. I was with you, but because I'm not with you, I make it look bad. Oh, Bilete are criminal. How the hell you will get Yure there in the country who running to be VP then you say Bilete are criminal? Which of the court conveyed Bilete? Which of the court? Businessman, the government say you owe me $2 million that you will pay. If Mr. Bilete owe the government money for taxes, it got nothing to do with criminality. It got nothing to do with that. It happened right in America. They tell you pay our money because you owe us some money. We the common people, sometimes they overpay you. IRS say, okay, I will take your taxes from you because you owe $2,000. What a big deal about it. What a big deal about it. So it is a good thing that people say Bilete requesting. Listen, I see nothing wrong with it, my people. Mr. Cummings, that one is between the executive committee and between this. Everybody will look. They will test the water. They will see how strong this person is. What's going on? What's doing this? You will hear people from the other Liberty Party, the disgruntled ones, the one they expel. They will say, oh, oh yeah, thank God. Yeah, Bilete post saying in Mr. Cummings Gary. It's not Bilete. And let me say this, and let me change it again. Maybe you still can't understand. If I, Munel Kishen, and have a political party, and I'm coming to you guys because you see my strength and say, Mr. Kishen, we need your support. I would definitely ask you, okay, I know you're a better person than me. If I even go in the election, I'm gonna win you. But what you want me to do? Which are the job you're gonna give my people? I'm not saying that I will put people on you, but at least will you be able to give us 4 or 2? Depends on my strength. Negotiation depends on how strong you are. Okay, listen, I can support you. My party will support you, but I need 2 senior positions, any position, senior, and I need 2 deputies. I need assistant ministers, and I need maybe 3 or 4 ambassadors positions. Simple. Either they say yes or not because of your strength. But if only you and myself in the group, you see how Yombly, that's what they missed the thing in now. Yombly, being the political leader, pay your dues. Liberty ALP gone. Liberty Part and UP left. Now, Yombly could be in that group, and because they still consider her as a political leader, and then she can say, listen, we're going to pull up somebody, we're going to rewrite it, and we'll go to our convention. And you can go to your convention and win your standard bearership and say, okay, fine, we'll be going into the CPP primary with a delegate, with a standard bearer. Automatically, you will be the vice standard bearer if you don't win. Or if even, okay, let's turn the whole thing around. Let's turn the whole thing around. Now, Musa Ability is the standard bearer of Liberty Party. And we got ANC. ANC is not too strong. ANC decided to be into this thing. ANC say, okay, we're not putting up a candidate, but now we're putting up a candidate. But Liberty Party is so strong. But ANC, no, they are not strong. I'm not saying we're not strong. Now, ANC is a strong party. Then we got a standard bearer and a standard bearer. Right now, if we go to a primary and Musa Ability win the primary, Musa Ability will have to take from Liberty, from ANC. But what he do, he will take ANC standard bearer, because there is no way you can get two parties into this group and say, okay, you know what, you can choose whoever you want to choose from a party. No, it will not happen. If Mr. Cummings go and win, because they rewrite, you cannot use the old document anymore because the other two parties are out. You cannot use it anymore. The other people that come in to join you, they want to see your document and say, well, I think I can join or I can't join. We got to change certain things. So people, do your work. Continue to promote Mr. Cummings. Do what is good to help him. Call Monrovia. The show is in Liberia. It's not in the US. I'm feeling a little disappointed in the sense that we're not on radio. I'm feeling disappointed. I've been talking. I've been doing my own negotiation. What I'm looking for right now, I'm looking for at least $400 a month. And I'm not going to promise nobody that I can take a $400 or more from my paycheck to do anything to stay on radio in Liberia. We all must do it together. And that slot from 1 o'clock in the night to 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm not asking for pay, but please, we can help. I know they got some haters out here. I'm not reading the comments. Who will say, well, that's your damn business, or that you're this. You can go ahead and insult. But I believe that we can do it. We got to continue to be on the radio. We got to continue to send a message. We got to continue to do things. We get people from Liberia to come on. We get people from America to send a message. But we must be positive. We cannot give up. You can't be too emotional. You can't be afraid. Politics is not it's not religion. Politics are not for babies. Politics are not for people who so afraid that quick to break down because somebody say, oh, your candidate is out. We saw the thing they say, Mr. Cummings admitted authoring the framework document. Everybody confused in the newspaper. When you look in the newspaper, okay, this is my book here, and autograph, sign. Newspaper carry headlines, and what is in the paper is totally different from the headline. It's a business. It's a business. Cummings slaps Aloysius Store. So, oh, damn. I mean, by what Mr. Cummings slap? What's that? When you read it, nothing in there. Nothing in there. Because you know what? We love to listen to other people. We don't want to read for ourselves. This book, people read this book and said that George Weah or man was raped and she had George Weah, but they didn't read it. And that comment came from people who went to school. The people then who can stay on Facebook every day, who got a big, long followers. One of the ladies saw me. I was sitting down, not me, but I was in a gathering, and she told me how in this book They insulted the Liberian women. Liberian women are stink people. Liberian women, this, and the George Weah praised his wife. I asked her, you read the book? You went through the book? Oh, first you want to say, yeah, they took on internet. I said, man, you saw the book. She said, no, but my sister, the one, okay. They say, we love, they say, lack of information killed Liberians during the war. Lack of information, because now I'm talking, people here will listen to me. They will not do the research. I'm not trying to disrespect anybody. But one thing I say, I'm happy with what God gave me. I'm a person that I believe in the system. I believe for system to work for everyone. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Liberian. If I have the opportunity to serve my country again, I will do it. But our biggest problem is us. Our biggest problem is we receive message and we will take the message. Our biggest problem is Liberian themselves. And where it come from? It come from the so-called educated ones, and they use us. They think that they are smarter than us, and they read and explain it, because I have seen it. I got friends who will comment. You put a post up. You put a post. Rest in peace, Joseph Boaka UP. Oh, my man Joseph Boaka died. How you can say the man died? What in that post that sound like Joseph Boaka is dead? I said UP. I said Joseph Boaka UP. You know what I'm saying? You put a post up that got nothing to do with Alexander Cummings. You gave me some of the inspirational posts and talking with me. You get some one or two Bible voice there. Look at that frustrated one there. For Cummings business, he will frustrate. He will frustrate himself. What that post got to do with Mr. Cummings? Yesterday on my life, I cursed a guy. They call him Vanny King. I apologize for doing it, but I'm not. I still don't regret of doing it either, because I was there talking about how people don't read, and to hell with and ability and Alexander Cummings. That when you come on a people post, that is the problem we got in Liberia, and that is what happening today. Instead of the people, the so-called, according to so-called educated Liberians, who's supposed to send the message and teach their people, they are the one creating the problem. That is what poverty does. Poverty is a bad thing. They keep you in abject poverty. When election coming, they will come back to you and give you $5 and give you rice. If they got enough money, they will give you a bag of rice. If they got less money, they will give you half bag of rice. When it's tough, they will give a 6% to one bag of rice. Then they give you 250, or they put it in Liberty, and they give you 500 each. And what you gonna do? You're not brave enough to eat it and go vote your conscience. Because the problem in Liberia today, we created a problem because we went into that voting booth and we start to vote on love instead of vote for country. Instead of voting for country, we vote based on love. If I was looking for a friendship or love, I would never support Mr. Cummings, because I don't know Mr. Cummings like that. Mr. Cummings can win election tomorrow and never call my name again. You think I will be disappointed? No. I would never be disappointed. I would never. But some people, oh yeah, when you win, they will call me for this, they will call me for that. Then when you give them the victory, when you don't get it, then in 6 months, you turn against the person. You know what I'm saying? So let us continue to expand the message. Mr. Cummings, the only candidate in Liberia that came out with a platform or an agenda. Mr. Cummings, one of his interviews, he said his first 100 days, law and order. I sat down for long. I said, wow. If you are not disciplined, if you do not discipline your children in the house, you will never have a good home. If you don't discipline your children, they will never have a good future. The rules should be the rules. In Liberia, there is lack of law and order. No law and order in our country. People drive on the opposite lane. There's a gas shortage. It's not a gas shortage. People keeping the gasoline and selling gasoline now for $7.50. 1,300 Liberty. To the gas station, they're selling gas for $5. Yes, the gas will be expensive. But where Liberia getting the gas from? We get it from Nigeria. We're not getting gas from Russia. Yes, gas will be expensive, but we're still getting gas from Nigeria. We're not getting from no damn Ukraine or the Saudi Arabia right now. We're getting from right here in Nigeria. Gas will be expensive because of the war that going on now. People keeping it. But our own Liberia was so wicked. We keeping the gas and pretending. But you know why the government will not even look, as much as it's hard, please do not keep the gas. If you want to sell it high, sell it high. We agree. But you steal from your own people. But we complain about the government. But because no regulation, no rules, no law and order, that is why it's happening. The government cannot protect us. Law and order. Zogo stealing from people, they burning them alive. But the same Zogo, when they go and steal, they will kill. So you see, a man who lies can steal, he turned to be your killer. Because when you lie, the next thing you steal. And when you go steal, by the time they try to catch you, you will try to harm that person and you will kill the person. So now, the fourth one, the citizens say will grab you, will kill you. It's still against the law. Nobody should take the law into the hand to kill another man. So what happened? Because the government cannot protect the citizen because of the same law and order, that is why people are protecting themselves. People got the law into their hands. And not even about the armed robber. There is no justice. They take you to the police station. They turn around. They're suppressing foreigners. They're suppressing other people. You go to the police station. That who know you? If nobody know you, forget it. You will never do anything. You go to court for nothing. Judges telling you straight in your face, I need $50,000 because they look at the case. Judges telling you, renowned judges, asking for money, and you go up and calm down. I sat down with somebody yesterday that told me some stuff. I opened my mouth. This person from Liberia worked for the Ellen Johnson government all the way. This person told me some things. I opened my mouth. You can't fight government. That's how they see it. You think the justice system will work for you. Some people, it work for them based on l'argent. Yeah. Because of money. And that is sad. We will never be able to create job or to do anything the way it's supposed. Because who create the job? Government create avenues for job to be created. Government protect the business people money. When they bring their money, you must protect them and give them everything. But how they will even bring it? Look, oh Jesus Christ. So, infrastructure covers everything. If you really get an infrastructure bill, the thing we're doing in Liberia is not a development, my people. It's not development. Let us be honest. The roads that we're building in Liberia is not a 20 years road. Look at Dole community. Because we put less into it and eat more. We increase the price. I can't believe Liberia increased prices on the government. Increase the price of every damn thing the white men want to sell to them. In Liberia, you know how they fight corruption? They fight corruption to say when we catch you, they will prosecute you. It's not the fighting corruption. You got to put things into place to stop corruption or to minimize corruption. So you got to start spending money to put into place. It will be digitized. It will be the internet, the technology that this entire system will be together. Up to present, Liberian government or the police or Ministry of Finance and Transport can never write you and tell you, say your license, you got 30 more, you got and 3 more months to renew your license. They will never tell you. If you don't look at your driver's license, it's expired. I renew my license. I was just looking at my license the other time. This is my Liberian license. I was just looking. I said, "Oh, my license expired." And now, Liberian, I register. I renew my license. If you don't look at your license, they will not remind you. In America, they remind us because it's in a database. They know who got work permit. They know who got resident permit. They know who paid the taxes or who didn't pay the taxes. But in Liberia, we don't know. In Liberia, tax collector come to you and they collect the money. It's okay, give me this amount, I will clear the tax for you. You think if we put something in place, you think that tax can be cleared easily? No. But we want to see people stealing before we arrest them. And who do we arrest? The common man. That is why we're doing all these things. But that's the system. That is the system. That the system, the few corrupt politicians don't want to mess up because they enjoy that system. When you climb up and get into that system, you say, hell with the other people down. You say, hell with you. Hell with you. You're nothing. Then you start your own. You work for 6 years. You got good money. In your fourth year, you take 6 months of your salary and give it to the resident in your district. They re-vote you again. They vote for you again. That is what George Weah and the CDC depending on. That is what they depending on. Let me clear my camera. I need to get a new camera. Mm. And they have the advantage. They can campaign. They use government money to campaign. You know, the president get it right now and say, I'm going to take a tour. I'm going to county tour. And you know what? Disappointing again. When Liberians are saying that, oh, the CPP disappointed us. In fact, the way you're doing, you're giving Joshua another term. That means yourself, you're not patient. The opposition are not running the government. The opposition don't make things hard for you. The same thing you're trying to fight. You say the government is corrupt. But at the same time, you want for the CPP to be corrupt. Because you want for CPP to handpick leaders to put them in again, then they give you the same problem. How can you be crying that the George Weah government is corrupt, they're just doing their own thing, but you yourself is corrupt? You want for 2-3 men to go behind closed door and come with one person. It's corruption. You want for Joseph Boakai and Mr. Cummings to go behind closed door and come back and say, okay, Joseph Boakai, you president, and Mr. Cummings, you vice tenor bearer, let go. That is not democratic. But all you know, you just want to get back into power. So I don't give a damn how we do it. Let's just come and remove President Weah. That's not what some are looking for. We're looking for change. We're looking for a leader that will do better than President Weah. We're not looking for leaders that already were there who were part of the UP government. That even Madam Salif, yes, the UP government, they cannot even take responsibility of their own government. But yet you say we should give you the chance. And you're not even coming up with a platform. So show me the platform of Madam Salif when you were VP. Is that platform a good platform? Tell the Liberian people. We squander opportunity. Which one we squander? Which one was good? You must take responsibility of whatever you were on a name. If I was a vice chairman to anyone in an organization and that person leave and I would take full responsibility, but I would make you to understand what I was against. That's it. But we vex with the CPP. You vex with the CPP, but you see what going in the country. Look at the hardship. People can't afford to send their children to school, but they pave little road and you run all over the place. Some kind of country give you $50 million for healthcare, you run over the place. You bring, thank God, we accept it. They got a dialysis machine in Liberia. It's a good thing. We had it before, but since this time we never buy. It's a good thing. But is that the kind of thing we need to run with? We're not even sure whether it will be successful, because if that light, if anybody is on that machine and there's a blackout, that person is dead. That person is dead. You know what I'm saying? Dialysis machine is about $20,000 if I'm mistaken, or more or less. Yeah. We got like the fire service. Montserrat County. Montserrat County. Montserrat County. The 17th representative in Montserrat County and two senators. Montserrat County received 290,000 from the $30,000. Less than $30,000 can get you a fire truck for a third world country. Less than $30,000. So by right, every district could get a fire truck. Every district. And they ate their money more than 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. But in the whole Monrovia, they will got 2 or 3 fire trucks. But we gave our representatives and senator $290,000 more, 700 something. And why? Why? But we don't have a fire truck. And $290,000, 700. And but we don't have a fire truck. We don't have a good school in Montserrat. We go in the other district, no school, but these people receive money. When things are good and they receive the money, fine. But things are bad. The government is corrupt. Eh? The place is dirty. Dirty, 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 dirty. The place is dirty. No. Why you want to use my phone? Close the door. So you see, so Mr. Cummings, the only man who telling us, who going around the country, continue to visit other neighborhoods, to meet people. He got to shake over 2 million, 4 million, 5 million hands. He got to bomb with them. He got to make them feel how Liberian politics work. And he's the only one who telling you, this is what we need, and this is how we can do it together. Infrastructure, they come with electricity, roads, internet connectivities, and good drinking water. Everything is in there. And that alone create jobs. Job creation is to encourage investors in the country. But we asked Mr. Cummings, oh, Mr. Cummings, all the money you got, why you bring investors in the country, this and that? President, we have brought investors in the country and at the time you were not president? No. President, we have brought investors in Liberia when he was senator? No. President, we have brought investors in Liberia to say because he's president? No. Yeah, never. 1 minute, please. I got to answer my man. Hello? I'm okay. How you say one person I say Mr. Be there da, then you come and say who bought da? That be there funeral man. Okay, you don't know that they don't know you too. You don't have to know that they pull from Grand Crew. Okay, man, I'm going live right now on the internet, so I will not talk too much. Everybody listen to me now talking. So if you go on your phone, you watch it. Okay. So what I was talking again, you know when the woman then call you, using it on camera. So you see, there are a lot of things. Mr. Cummings talk about agriculture. People will tell you agriculture is the bedrock to any nation. If you really want to develop your country, you want to create jobs, you must have a good agriculture program. Not to put 1.1% into your budget, but yet and still you go around, the Georgia government go around and tell you how they want to invest into agriculture, but the president budget is higher than the agriculture budget 15 times. Eh, They increase the budget, but they increase everything on the president and where the president controls. Education. Our education system is worse. We need to go back to the drawing board. We got so-called educators who don't even know. We worry about the university or library to give them free tuition when some of them can afford it because most of them working. But we forget about the primary education. We forget about teachers training. We're begging for teachers around Africa. We need to go back to the drawing board. Health, health care. Mr. Cummings is the only one who came up with alternative how to unite Liberia, how to unite Liberians. And it will be done through culture, music, arts, different things. He tell you. He's still going around taking notes, but yet and still we're getting in court in a corrupt system. The system is so corrupt. We got a solicitor general who, if you look, if Serena Cephas were in America, he would never plead law because he got a record. He have a record. We all know that. We got a man who I consider a PRO lawyer who come out and make fun out of our law of Liberia because he think that he can prolong the system. My first time see government or people try to prosecute you, they say, "Oh, you're a criminal," but yet and still they're fighting to look for evidence. Every country, every government, before they prosecute you, they have everything, and every citizen is entitled to a free, free and fair and fast trial. But because it's Alexander Cummings now, we're going to keep it in court. They're going to get rid of all the other people. We're going to do this, we're going to do that. They get the judges, they are so corrupt, but they're pretending. You need to stand up. You need to stand up. This is not about George Weah. This is about the corrupt government that's in power. And George Weah is the head of that government. Suppressing the people. So denying Liberians of the right to support whoever they want to support. But when President Weah was running, people supported him. President Weah, with all the things that happened, with everything that went through. eh, That is why if you ask Alexander Cummings, between eh, 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 Ure and Mr. Bwaka, who you disappointing? He's disappointing Mr. Bwaka because Mr. Bwaka, who's supposed to be the smartest man, who's supposed to be the older one in the room, cannot even put. What is the essence of the CPP? The CPP was to hold together. For a damn document, do you are you worry about the if there was some changes, or you worry about holding together? You worry about holding together, or you worry about the changes? Your document you put together, but Liberians will need to be tough. We need to say the truth. Who break up the CPP? Who caused the problem in CPP? Benina Ure. Benina Ure. Who talking about exit clause? Benina Ure and UP. Why you worry about exit clause when you people want to make CPP strong? Okay, let's play devil advocate. Mr. Cummings put in there the clause. Why will you want for Mr. Cummings to agree to Mr. Bwaka when Mr. Bwaka, who won that position, cannot even have a fitting conversation with Mr. Cummings to ask Mr. Cummings, say, can you go with me? Why Mr. Bwaka could not go there? George, we had told Joanne Howard Taylor that okay, you will go as my VP. In fact, he told two and he said, between you and you'll have your convention, and I will choose one of you. The winner will come with me. The best person to speak to Mr. Cummings, if you want for Mr. Cummings to go as a VP, was Joseph Bwaka. Did Joseph Bwaka ever made the attempt to talk to Mr. Cummings? No. Who is Ure to tell another political leader you must go? That's a stupid and that the dumbest thing I've ever heard from a damn educated or so-called educated Liberians. Where the only way Mr. Cummings can be president, all you need to do, just go with the pape, because the pape too old. After the 6th year, then the pape will move, or the pape can die before that time. Then Mr. Cummings will take over. That's the stupid idea. That's why Liberians go nowhere. That is why Liberians are going nowhere sometimes. Because we are dumb. Whoever run for vice president, why should Mr. Cummings go and beg to be vice president? Because you mean begging to be vice president? Because Ure? Because the local and the old man might not make it. That the wickedness. Wickedness. The Constitution of Liberia gave the standard bearer of a because we don't vote for vice president. We do not vote for vice president. We don't vote for vice president. Why Mr. Bwaka call Mr. Cummings, go behind closed door and talk to Cummings? Give him the assurance that it will not be one of these things where I'm your vice president and we're fighting. There should be an understanding between two of y'all. Nobody there to negotiate. I'm into it I want the position. But some of y'all were so damn stupid. Oh, Mr. Cummings said he would never be. Yes, Mr. Cummings said he would never be vice president. Mr. Bwaka went to Ellen Johnson and said, let me be your vice president. Did Joseph Bwaka went to Ellen Johnson and said, Omar, can I be your vice president? He never did it. He never did it. Ellen chose him. You know what I'm saying? Nobody run for vice president. But we are so dumb and we think Liberians are nothing. So we continue to use our people. Yet we want change, but we don't want to change ourselves. We don't want to look at ourselves, but we want change in Liberia. We want to go through the back door. You think if CP were funded because of a unity party, you think we're going to join? Sometimes I regret about it. Why? But there is nothing wrong with it. We must come together as a group of people. If we do win, we must forget about the 10,000 political parties or whatsoever. Eh? But oh yeah, why Mr. Cummings can go? Mr. Bwaka told the Cummings one day. Mr. Cummings will not go to Bwaka and tell Mr. Bwaka, say, please go as my VP. And it's the right of Mr. Cummings to say, no, I'm not going as a VP. Mr. Cummings had the right to say no. And we move forward. But you're vexed. Then you're talking about exit clause. You're talking about this one. Oh, because Mr. Cummings know that he won't rat on his friend and they can't leave from there. Because if they leave from there, then why you never had a VPS? Eh? It's just that it's late now. It's late. But let me tell you guys, this is what we were fighting for. And I will say it now and educate some of you. Are free to say it now. But we could not say it at the time because we thought you were smart. But you guys didn't know the whole thing. Do you know why Mr. Cummings proposed the VPS? Eh? Do you know? Nobody know. When Mr. Cummings proposed the VPS to put into the framework, Mr. Uri went against it. Oh, Mr. Cummings won't bring foreigners. He won't bring this to come and control our whole election, this and that. Look, if you work in Liberia, they got some good people in Liberia. But if you're into Liberian politics, I don't trust you in a sense. All our Liberian politicians who are rich today, their money, their riches coming from our tax-paying money. I can trust any Liberians who work sincerely, went through the rank and file of a big companies and reached to that top. They are honest people. Now, only one thing could have stopped Mr. Cummings from his ambition. Mr. Cummings was looking at the VPS, not for you to tell him to go as VP or to tell he cannot win. That VPS was going to convince Mr. Cummings that Mr. Cummings, you can't win. And guess what? Mr. Cummings said it all the time. But he never talked about it on radio. It's lit. Because you know what? Even if we come back, if UP come back right now, they can never win a VPS. They can never win a VPS. Forget about Uri. But because they knew that Mr. Cummings have gained grounds, going from place to place, registering people, going through the new voters, doing this, he been working for the last 4 years. It clicked to them and said, they got holding ground. Now, Bilete was the one who suggested that, okay, since you don't want to use the VPS, then let's just add it there just for record's sake. And what they still forgot that the VPS was supposed to be used by the delegates. The delegates were still going to go through the VPS, that pool, and then see, but Mr. Bwaka won the VPS. For us to choose to put in a SAR who will lose this election, or Mr. Cummings win the VPS, then they will look at it and vote. There are people in Liberia who can cheat. There are delegates that are Liberians who can cheat, but not all Liberians can cheat. There will be other Liberians who will look at that VPS and say, my conscience will not set me right. My conscience will not set me right. You remember one time Mr. Bwaka said, if I win the VPS and I lose in the primary, we'll make a decision. Some of you guys didn't listen to it. I was talking to someone. I said, he right. He right. And every time we go to meeting, we talk about that VPS. Guys, we need to do everything to win the VPS. Because if I was to win the VPS, but it's not binding, and I lose the primary, I will not be happy. But the VPS is the one that Mr. Cummings was depending on, that he believed that the VPS is the voice of the people. Because we don't have money, if the CPP have money, we're going to have primaries in every county. But because there is no money, they decided to use the VPS. The VPS is not the stupid one that we do to say, call my station. Call me right now. When you call me and say, who you voting for, then I check it. No, that's not how to do poll. You go around, you ask people, you do it in every county, and you take that data and put it down and know who is the most popular person. Because Mr. Cummings believed that was the pathway for the presidency. And I'll tell you, you know what I'm bringing it up today for? Because this is something that we kept to ourselves because we wanted you all to know. We thought you were smart. We thought you guys were smart. But because of cheating and greed and dirty, that is why you never thought about it. Do you really ask yourself what the VPS was all about? Do you ask yourself? The primary was just a formality where we're going to crown. And I would tell you, if you ask Mr. Cummings now and tell him that if I lose the VPS and they gave you the primary, will you accept it with or proud? Or if the other people want to leave, will you accept it? No. No. Mr. Cummings was not the other guys then who think that I can just push my way through. You know, and you guys are not stay smart. If Mr. Cummings only wanted to be president of Liberia, after the general election, you're never going to see Mr. Cummings again. Mr. Cummings are going to leave like the other people, Mill Jones, Mandela Cooper, and Jonathan Mason, and Dr. Kier, and all the guys. After the election, they're gone. You won't find nobody. The only people you see today is Ben Ayure because he lives in Liberia. Is Bwaka because he lives in Liberia. You got Mr. Cummings who can go and come. He lived in Liberia too. But Mill Jones, all the guys they left the country after the election were finished, they finished. You see them having one project, but Mr. Cummings went back to the people. He went back to the people because we believe that the 18 months into election was not enough. He went back to reintroduce himself to the Liberian people and start to look. That's how politics work. If Mr. Cummings was to leave or just stay in Moria and don't get into politics and wait this time or wait in 2022, Liberians will only be looking at George Weah and Mr. Bwaka. They will only look at George Weah first and Mr. Bwaka second. But today, and I will tell you, yeah, if you ask me, right, look, I would never eat crab with shame or whatsoever. I consider myself as the underdog in this election, the underdog. I can tell you right now, Mr. Cummings is in the third place. Oh, I know Liberty and Unity Party people happy. Yes, Mr. Cummings is in the third place. Mr. Cummings, you the one still worried about. You the one still worried about 2017. But if I go with 2017 record, I was fifth place and I'm claiming. Do you know when I will go in the second place? When the campaign starts, when we know who on the ballot, if Mr. Bwaka is on the ballot, once we start that campaign, because I will tell you today, and you can curse me and can say also, I put myself in the third place. But technically, we are like this. Liberty, Unity Party, and ANC right now, they're this. Mr. Bwaka position is because he was a former vice president. So people try to make him relevant. But Mr. Bwaka will not sit in a house and be relevant. Mr. Bwaka, if Mr. Bwaka do not campaign, he will never, ever win election in Liberia. And the only way Mr. Bwaka will go into that rounds or to go and be a challenger to George Weah until we ourselves don't campaign. And the only way George Weah will win election unless we don't campaign. Unless we don't campaign. Liberians are people who want to hear the message. If nobody gave them that message, they will keep the one that you put into the brain 10 years ago. They will still keep it. Liberians believe that Mama Musa, Benedict Wisa can still play football until recently. Oh, some people still believe that President Weah can play on Lone Star team to go to World Cup. Yes. That's how Liberians behave. But Liberians love consistency. They love people to be consistent and tell the truth. That is what Mr. Cummings is doing. Sit down and you'll be cussing. Nobody know him. Oh, yes. Nobody know Mr. Cummings. You think Mr. Cummings got to go with 10,000 crowd? Like Keith Hassan on Spoon, who don't know how to analyze nothing, who only give lies, and you still look at the lies, and then you want for Keith Hassan to scare you? You want for Keith Assange to scare you? Eh? Even Stanton Waterspoon cannot scare me. I respect him. The only thing I will tell you, he have an urge. He can say anything on his stage, on his platform, and it will go viral in Liberia because there are 3 radio stations, and then you will have to be fighting it. So I will say publicly here, Stanton Waterspoon is not on the ballot. If you want to run for president, he's his right. That's his right to run for president. But for now, he's not on the ballot. You leave him alone. You leave him alone. If you're a sedition, that's his right. If he come to ASC, that's his right. If you want to support whoever, but this man is a businessman. You do expect him to come on radio and continue to cost government? You think so? Let me turn it around. Let me turn it around. No decision is right until it is right. But let me turn this around. Even you can get a very good president with human being. Do you think that if Mr. Cummings president and somebody got a show and continue to cause Mr. Cummings say this negative thing, even if Mr. Cummings don't speak, there are other people who within Mr. Cummings will want to go after that person. I'm telling you. So let us not fight things that are not necessary. Let us not talk about things that will not help us. I'm not here to go against Spoon CEO. What I want here is to even negotiate and pay and get a slot. That's a business. If we pay, we get it. Until he can tell us no. And that's true, it's a private thing. If he said no, you can fight it. But in another sense, you know what to say too. Instead of us promoting ourselves or promoting Mr. Cummings or promoting the message, the time you will take to talk about John Brown, who is not even participating, is a problem for us, for you. The time you will take and cost me up because I supported Mr. Cummings, you can be running your mouth for Mr. Boaka. The time you will take to come under my post and say Mr. Cummings that gay, you're supposed to be telling the people about Mr. Boaka, not to be thinking that the people just waiting to cry him because they are entitlement. You lying. I will challenge any UP person. I will challenge any UP member on that one. You can sit in Monrovia and keep Boaka in his house 24/7. Liberians will never vote for him. Keeping away from the people and think that Mr. Boaka, he's a force to rock on with. No, he's not. He's not a force to rock on with. No, he's not. You bringing all fake polls in Monrovia. Your team Monrovia. Look, I don't know where you're getting your statistics, your numbers from. I don't know where. UP know the trick already. Mr. Cummings say, if I go to a radio station, Mr. Cummings went to this radio station, and people calling 1 or 2 times, the same person called 2, 3 times. What good it do for Mr. Cummings? Ain't do nothing good. It just make you to be part of the same people. I don't worry. I got 23 person watching me today. You know what I noticed? If you the same thing, let me give you an example. Whenever I'm consistent and I'm coming on every day, people who watch me, the numbers increase. You know why? Because they expect me the next day. They expect the next day. But if I after this I don't come back on again after 1 week, 2 weeks, you're not going to see them follow me. People text me, "Oh, Muni, you come here today, you come here tonight, you come up tomorrow." You know what I'm saying? So guys, thank you very much. I got a community meeting by 5 o'clock. I got to go on Zoom. And I'm the president of the Liberian Community Association of South Jersey. So the officials got to go on early then before the general meeting. So thank you very much. I love you guys. After the general meeting, maybe I might come on again. But I would need your help. I'm negotiating. I need $400. every month to be brought to broadcast in Liberia, when I will tell you the station that we'll be using, and the station will benefit us. It will take place from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock. So that means it will be 6 to 7 in the morning. As we continue to do that, it will be better for us. So I can't lie to y'all. I don't have, I already using my own stuff, and I'm paying for software. I'm paying for, forget about the internet, because I got to get internet, and my equipment, and also ever the time and all these things. But I believe that people call me from Liberia. There are some people who try to commit themselves and say, "Oh, money, yeah, we're willing," but I'm asking, I'm not going to force it. Don't know about it. I don't even need the money on hand, and I need it if somebody who can even raise that money and just transmit it directly to that company, I will appreciate it. We need to fight. We need to give the message. We need to do this. I know for the 3 days I went on to Spoon, I know what happened. People call me and said, "Oh, my man, we heard you." Oh, wow. That's good. I'm not bragging about it, but we need to send a message out there. Mr. Cummings alone cannot do it. We cannot depend on Mr. Cummings alone to walk all over the place. We need to raise money. The ANC people, I know you want to raise money and this and that, but I can be honest with you. We can talk about all the money every day. We raise more than other political parties, but it still without help because the people looking at us in a different way. Yeah. I know Mr. Cummings spending his money. I think Mr. Cummings spending too much, because the fact is that he got his own family to feed. He got to do this, and like, but that is what he decided to do. And, but we cannot leave it with him alone. Not the kind of things where to call Mr. Cummings and say, "Oh, Mr. Cummings, you need to get our money to go on radio and this and that." If we want to change, we must be part of the change. They got some people, when you open a business, it's a joint venture. They got some people who just good at the paperwork. They got some people who get human relations with people to be able to sell. They got other people who know how to shopping. Everybody played a role. Okay, some of us are now we're there, yeah, we're using our little broken English, we're using our little stupid talk and whatsoever. But at least people understand it. They got other people who sit in the back who don't want to talk. Nobody want to see their faces. So please help me to help us. We need the help. It's not an easy thing. Thank you very much. God bless you. But I will come on this evening again after my meeting, because it's almost, I just saw the 426. I got to get on. So I know all the comments. I can't read all the comments, but I want to say thank you very much, Joseph. I appreciate it, and I wish we had 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Joseph Conto. He's a honest. He know how to give the message, and he will break it down and tell you, say this. And, you put your, I tell people, always get on the other side. That book, they say, if you want to see a good woman, if you want a good woman, think like a woman. If you fixing your door, if you fixing a garage because you want to fix a garage that criminals cannot come in there, think like a criminal. Say, how can I break this door? So yes, Liberty Party said we withholding our this because we ain't signed this. But ask yourself the question: you either stay or you don't stay. There's no other party there right now by default. They could come up and say, "Well, we're going to come up with a candidate and we want to go to the convention too." But that will not stop Mr. Cummings stand bro, because we all know that maybe they want the second spot, maybe they want this. But when we get other parties in, we still need to have that transparency, and then people understand that democracy should work. So thank you very much. This is Munel Kishen, aka the General. Share this video, and thanks, Joseph. Let me put his comment on this guy. Yep. If the CPP is going to bring on board other political parties, the Liberty Party endorsement of Mr. Cummings as tenor bearer needs to be undone. You see that? He's right. If we bring in other people on board, it's not a bad thing to take back the endorsement. So let everybody have that. You can, then we'll go back to the same thing. And so I don't know if anybody tell me, "Oh, Mr. President, he won the second place." If you don't know it, fine. But I'm telling you, I don't know. Eh, So that's it, guys. Thank you very much, Joseph. I appreciate it. Levitt, sound good. I'm on board. Thank you, Levitt. I appreciate it too. Yep, I'm on board. You are right, my brother. We need to robust in communication. Our native dialects need to be used as a major communication. Roosevelt, you are 100% right. We are 100% right. Yes, let's go, General. Thank you very much, guys. I will be calling on you. I need somebody. And in fact, I would love to use this wonderful lady, Levy Thompson, and also Nancy Anderson. I would love to use these people to see how we can raise some money to pay for the airtime in Liberia. I'm still negotiating. They gave me the green light. They said yes for a month, $400, but I will give you the risk, and you guys will be surprised, and you guys will be happy about it, and it will be heard. And I will try my best, and I will bring people on from Liberia. I will bring other people that will help. We're not going. There will be no insult on it. There will be nothing. It will be about the truth. It will be about whatsoever. It will be about Mr. Cummings. It will be about the opposition and whatsoever. So, guys, I need your help. I need your help. I know some people say, but call the ANC. Let the ANC pay. Yes, I don't have problem when they want to pay a fine. And, you want to pay a fine, but let us do what we can do. Mm. Yep. Thank you, Ella. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, brother. I'm telling you, I wish Joseph could be in an era where he can give the advice. I follow you, Joe. I see your writing. I see your comments in the chat. So I don't want to even get. I just read it and see other people. But I hope we all. It's not about who get the glory. It's not about who going to take the glory. Look, nobody can take my glory from me. I don't like to nobody. Nobody can take my glory from me. This gone Saturday, I was broadcasting the funeral, and there's a guy who was doing a picture. He came and said, "Man, what kind of software are you using?" A lot of people use and StreamYard and whatsoever. But I use this software outside. It was so nice. So I gave it, the guy can say, "But why you telling me?" I said, "Listen, unless the man doing no research, the thing is on there. So maybe you think that he wanted because I have an interest in it. You would think it looking easy, but you don't have the interest in it. So guys, I will see you this evening again. In fact, it's in the evening, but I will come on today because I'm off tomorrow. I got Monday off. So tonight, hopefully, I will be on. Thank you very much, and God bless you. And you guys have a good day. Please share this video, man. Share it and like it. Thank you very much. Bye.